morning we have Jada telling us this story. So if you would just turn your attention to her, that would be great.
The great family grew. Jacob had 12 sons. Jacob's favorite son was Joseph. To show his love, Jacob gave Joseph a long-sleeved coat with many colors. This made Joseph's brothers hate him. One night, Joseph had a dream. He and his brothers were working in a field, gathering wheat. Suddenly, Joseph's bundle rose up, and all of his brothers bowed down before his. Joseph told his brothers this dream, and they hated him even more. They wondered if Joseph would rule over them. Joseph had another dream. In this dream, the sun and moon and 11 stars bowed down before him. Joseph told his fathers and brothers about this dream. They all became angry. It sounded like not only his brothers, but Jacob and his wife would bow down to Joseph. One day, when the brothers were far away in the fields with the flocks, Jacob sent Joseph to see how they were doing. Joseph went to them, and when the brothers saw him coming, they decided to kill him. But the oldest brother, Reuben, convinced them not to. Instead, they took away his coat and put him into a pit. Soon a caravan of the traders came past. The brothers sold Joseph to the traders for 20 pieces of silver. They took Joseph's coat and dipped it in the blood of a goat and brought the coat to their father. They told Jacob that a wild beast had killed Joseph, and Jacob wept. Joseph was taken to Egypt and sold as a slave. A captain of the Pharaoh's army named Potiphar purchased him. Potiphar's wife had Joseph sent to jail, but Joseph remained close to God and God to him. Some of the Pharaoh's servants were in jail with Joseph. They had dreams, and Joseph told them what they meant. When the Pharaoh's servants were released, they found that the Pharaoh had many dreams, and no one understood. One of them told Pharaoh about Joseph, and Pharaoh called for him. The Pharaoh's dream had two parts. First, there were 7 fat cows and 7 skinny cows. The thin cows ate the fat ones. Then he dreamed that there were 7 fat good ears of corn and 7 thick and thin ones. Thin ones swallowed up the good ones. Joseph told the Pharaoh that his dream meant that there would be 7 good years followed by 7 bad years. He told Pharaoh that this was a warning to save up grain during the good years, so that there would be food for the people of Egypt in the bad years. Pharaoh agreed and put Joseph in charge of gathering and saving the grain. Joseph was now 30 years old. The land near Egypt also had bad years. The people from lands near Egypt came to Joseph to beg for food. Jacob sent 10 of his sons to Egypt to get food to eat. When the brothers came to Egypt, they bowed down before Joseph. They did not recognize him, but Joseph knew who they were. He kept one of the brothers with him and gave others grain and told them to go home. Then all of them came back. This time, Joseph told them who he was. He said, "God sent me before you to preserve life." Joseph and his family spent the rest of their days in Egypt. When Jacob died, Joseph took him home to be buried in the land of their fathers. Then Joseph and his brothers returned to Egypt, where years later their children would become slaves, because the new Pharaoh forgot all that Joseph did.